Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Aryan and today I'm going to show you guys some very simple, very easy Premiere Pro hacks that will help you become a better editor. So let's get started. Alright guys, so tip number one would be J and L cuts. These are super easy to do, super simple, and they will really help your edit, especially in like a conversation scene where two people are talking. They're really helpful with getting the flow going and making your edit seem a lot more pro than it actually is. An L cut is when the audio from the first clip carries over into the second clip. And a J cut would be the complete opposite, is when the audio from the second clip starts a little bit earlier so you can hear it at the end of the first clip. So cuts like these really help your transitions from one scene to another, or just a talking head, or anything at all. So guys, yeah, take advantage of them J and L cuts. Alright guys, so tip number two has to do with audio. So sometimes, like if you have a talking head like this, you have music below everything. And what I find most of the time is I find it really hard to find like a happy medium between too quiet or too loud. Because the peaks of the music are too loud usually, and the rest of the song is usually too quiet. So what I usually like to do is throw a simple parametric equalizer on my track. Kind of takes the edge off, makes it a little bit more muted in the background, which I find really helps with any talking head, and you guys definitely need to be using this. So let me show you how it's done. So here, as you can see, I have this music track, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just search in the effects tab a simple parametric equalizer. We're gonna drag and drop that on top of my track, and this is how I like to have my settings. I have my center just around 1000 Hertz, give or take, whatever works best for you, play around with that. Then I have the Q set to 4 and the boost set to -18 decibels. So just to show you guys how it works, here's the audio after the equalizer and here's it before. As you can tell, it's a lot harder to hear me now, so guys, really do yourself a favor, use the parametric equalizer. It will save you a lot of time, a lot of hassle. So moving on. So guys, number three is actually a color grading tip, and it's desaturating your shadows. This is something really important I don't see a lot of people doing, and you guys really need to be doing this, because if you have a very intensive color grade over on top of your clip, chances are that your blacks are not going to remain true blacks. And that typically separates the amateur work from the pro work, so I really recommend you guys desaturate the shadows. It's very easy to do and really just takes the edge off a really intensive color grade, so it still looks natural and more believable. Let me show you guys how it's done. So in Premiere Pro, there's a curves tab. You want to go under there, scroll down to luminance versus saturation, and add a point near the shadows and just drag the saturation down all the way. And it's not a huge difference, but you will definitely see it. It will kind of make your color grade more believable, more natural, even if it's something really intense. Alright guys, so tip number four is actually using Media Encoder to render your files. This tip personally has saved me hours of waiting time, and you guys definitely need to take advantage of this, and it's very simple to do. So to render, you go to File, Export, Media, you change all your settings that you want. But when you're about to export, typically you would press export. But here, instead of export, you're gonna press Q, which is gonna take your file straight to Media Encoder, and you can render it there. And that leaves Premiere Pro completely free, and you guys can continue working on a different project or whatever you like. A really helpful tip, guys. You guys really need to be taking advantage of this. Alright guys, last but definitely not least is keyboard shortcuts. You guys really need to be using keyboard shortcuts to save you a ton of time while editing. For example, if you have to make a simple cut, instead of going over, getting the blade tool, cutting the video, and going back to the select tool to move it, you can just press one button. Like I have mine set to X, so every time I go over something and press X, it just adds a cut for me. Saves me so much time. It's really easy, really simple to do. And that's not it. You can have it add a cut and ripple delete everything to the left, or ripple delete everything to the right. So to access your keyboard shortcuts, you just need to go up to Edit and go all the way down to Keyboard Shortcuts. Customize it to your liking, really take your time, see what works best for you. Even the smallest things will save you a ton of time in the end. Alright guys, so that's everything for today. I really hope these tips help you out. They help me out every single day and save me hours of time, and I really hope they save you some time as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like, subscribe down below, click the bell icon, and that's all. I'll see you guys next time.